Hi everybody, this is Jackie from ESLspeaking.org. So today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite ESL warm-up activities. It's called Picture Prompt. So basically it's when you have a picture and you can put it up on your PowerPoint screen or however. Students can even look at something on their phone. And then you can do actually 1,000,001 activities with a picture. It's super simple, it's very low prep as long as you have some way to show that picture. When to use it. I generally use Picture Prompt as an ESL warm-up at the beginning of class. You can also use it as kind of a review activity at the end of class, or it works well even as like a time filler. If you have like a minute left at the end of class and nothing's going on and you're worried about like your students getting up and running around and doing all sorts of bad things, just put up a picture and do Picture Prompt. And it's a very simple way to just fill in a couple of minutes, kind of in an educational fashion. So there's kind of different things I would do with different levels of students, so beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So first of all, beginners. If I put a picture up, I would just very simply, for absolute beginners, I would say, what do you see? And they would say, oh, cat, dog, person, man, woman, bicycle, whatever, something like that. Or you can ask very simple questions like, what color is his t-shirt? And like point at the man. And the students would say red, or like, I don't know, how many people, 3 people, etc. So students can kind of just shout out answers. So that's the very basic level. The next level is the intermediate. So you can talk about what's happening in the picture. So talk about some actions, some verbs. So what are the people doing? Oh, she's eating an ice cream, the children are playing, and you can get students making some sentences. You could also talk about feelings. So maybe if a child was crying, you could talk about how is the child feeling? She's very sad, maybe because she dropped her ice cream or just whatever happened. So you can talk about things like that. So feelings and actions. And then finally, in the advanced version, these students can kind of do anything generally. So you can have your students see kind of an interesting and unusual picture, and they can maybe make a creative story about it. Or they could talk about some explanations about what happened. So maybe something seen like terror, like horror is happening, and you could say like, what happened in the picture, how did these people get to this situation? Or you could show a picture with some action and then get students to maybe predict about what's going to happen in the future. So if you're talking about the future tenses. All right, so those are all the exciting ways that I would use Picture Prompt. And I honestly use this activity probably at least, I want to say like once a month in all my classes. It's super versatile, the students like it, and it's very, very easy on the prep as well. All right, so if you like this activity, please hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends, do all the good things, and then also be sure to check out the blog posts, which we'll put down in the description below, and then also be sure to check out my book, 101 ESL Activities for Kids. This activity is in it, and then there's 100 more activities that you could use when you're teaching kids. All right, until next time, bye everybody.